Hello, everyone, and welcome to Success Talk. My name is Jennifer Steele, and I am a certified direct sales coach with Steele Success Coaching. And I'm so excited that you joined us today. This week, we have been talking about branding. And so, Monday, we talked about the brand of the company that we represent. We also talked about having a unique brand of your own. Yesterday we talked about creating a team brand and the different ways that you could do that. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jennifer Steele, and I am certified direct sales coach with Steele Success Coaching. And this week we've talked about branding. And so Monday we talked about creating your own brand. Yesterday we talked about creating a team brand. And if you need to watch those episodes, you can go to steelsuccess.net/success talk, and you can find all of the past Periscopes along with an agenda of what I'll talk about each day. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Today we're going to talk about how to create a team and not just a group of sellers. And I think this is a very important topic. It's something that is very passionate to my heart. I've worked very hard with my team to create a team atmosphere, and it's something that I really encourage you to do. And it's funny because I was sitting here thinking about, what have I done in the last 15 years to create this team atmosphere, and so that I can share that with you. And I've done so many different things, and I guess I never thought about, wasn't deciding between what is actually creating that team versus not. So you want to have a team. You want a team that works together, and there are lots of reasons that you want to create a team atmosphere. The number one reason is that I heard once that we bring people in, that we can, people join our company, people join our company for the purse strings, but they stay because of heartstrings. And so basically they come to the company to make some extra money, but in the end it's the relationships that they form that's going to keep them in your company and in your organization. So creating this team atmosphere is very important to help them develop those relationships that will keep them. I have a team member that lives about 30 minutes from my hometown, and she's a wonderful lady. She joined the company just to make a little bit of extra money, and she met the other team members, and she developed relationships with them, and so now, they're friends. They're more than just team members, and that just really it touches my heart that I was able to help her, make connections with other people. So, the first step in having a team, and I talked about this yesterday, is you've got to name your team. You have to give them something to stand behind. And yesterday I talked about some different tips on how to choose a name. And so I encourage you to go back and watch that Periscope. This name should be powerful. It should inspire people. And once you have that name, then the next step is to have a logo. And I talked a little bit about that as well. You want to create a logo so that you are consistent in showing that your team members that they are a part of something bigger. And so once you have your logo and you have your team name, then the next step is to start helping them make connections with other team members. And, there's lots of ways that you can do this. The first step, I think, is we talked last week about having a Facebook group to support your team. And this is a wonderful tool. And so you can start by, let me back up. How I start is at the time that I'm talking to the prospect. I am talking to them. I'm trying to tell them the benefits of being in our company, the benefits of being in my organization. And that is when I start talking to them about my team. Because I may be the leader of my team, but I am a member of my team. And it makes me very proud to be a member of my team. So when I am talking to prospects, I am telling them all of the great things about my team and how they work together and how I'm so, we have one big family. And so I start there. The next step is at the time that you sign them up, I set an expectation. While I'm helping them get started in the company, then I'm telling them about the Facebook group and that they need to join that. It's very important because it is their way to communicate with all the team members, not just me. And I'm telling them at the time that I sign them up that the other team members are there to support them as well. And this is a way for them to connect with them, that they can post questions on this Facebook group. And even if I'm not available to answer them, the other team members will help them. So I set that expectation right at the start. And people want that connection. They want to know that they're supported in this business. Something that I've said for years is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And, the truth is you have to prove it. You have to, as a leader, you have to prove it to that person. And you being there for them as a leader is great, but if you could have your entire team there for them as well, then that is so powerful. And it's going to help them want to stay longer. It's going to help them to want to work harder. And there's just, and also the word of mouth. If they join your organization and they are just impressed with the help that they have and the community that you have built, then when they're talking to someone else about possibly getting started in this business, that's something that they can relate to them. They can talk about the passion in the group, and they can talk about how helpful everybody is. And that will ultimately help grow your business. So once you set that expectation that they're going to be a part of a group, then it's connecting them. And that's where a Facebook group is very helpful. So once you get them started in their business, the first thing you want to tell them to do is to join the group. If you're friends with them on Facebook, get them in there immediately. And as soon as they are in the Facebook group, introduce them. Make a big deal. We have a new team member. I'm so excited that Susie decided to join our team, and tag her in that and encourage other team members to welcome her. Let's welcome Susie and give them a big, the name of your team welcome. And so that's going to make her feel feel like she's accepted into the group. And then you want to create posts in that Facebook group to encourage them to share their successes and to ask questions. So when you're posting, when your team members are posting to a Facebook group, for example, I have a team member that just booked a fundraiser, and I'm super excited for her. So she needs to go on the Facebook group and post, I just booked a fundraiser, or if she doesn't, then I will. I'll go in and say, I am so excited for her. She has booked a fundraiser, and encourage your team members to go then behind you and say encouraging words to her. Way to go, great job, if you need anything, let me know. And that is going to build those relationships. I can't stress it enough that one way to really create the team atmosphere is with a team meeting. And I know a lot of leaders, they're not excited about doing them. But the truth is, that team meetings can really connect your team. They meet each other face to face. They get to know each other. They can talk. I always try to have a time at my team meeting that they can connect, that they can chit chat back and forth. Over a snack, or encourage them if it's at a restaurant to come early and have dinner. It's so important for them to develop that relationship. And my team meetings have brought together more people in my team than anything else. And in saying this, it kind of breaks my heart because I have moved from my hometown in Indiana to South Dakota. And so I'm not able to do those live team meetings anymore, except for when I come to visit. And, there was so much that was accomplished in that, and the relationship building is just one big piece of that. And I have people that, again, they've developed relationships at the team meetings, and they've stayed connected. The same lady I was talking about before that lived about 30 minutes away, her and a team member that lived in my team in my hometown, they come together and they work together. They encourage each other. They talk to each other on the phone. And they really they keep each other motivated. And that's something that, I can try to do, but you can't replace that, especially if they're getting that from multiple people on the team. It's just multiplying all of your efforts. And so you want to also encourage your team to help each other. And, when questions are posted on Facebook group, encourage people to answer. If somebody says, well, I'm doing an event and I'm not sure what to do, then ask, hey guys, what's some things that have worked for you in the past? And get them involved. Because like I said, I may be the leader of my team, but I'm also a member of my team. And it means a lot to me to be able to say that. Some other things that you can do is encourage your team to come together to do large events. I did a fair several years ago, and the way I thought about it at the time is that I really didn't want to be out in the heat, 7 days in a row and take every evening that I had to be there. But I opened it up to my team and I let them sign up for shifts. And in the end, it was probably one of the best things I ever did, because it gave them an opportunity to come together and work together. Because one important thing is about having a team is you don't want your team to think they're in competition with each other. And that's something that I can honestly say that I don't think that my team feels that they're in competition with each other at all. I think that they feel that they are there to support each other. And so doing large events together is an opportunity for them to help each other. They can sign up for shifts and they can come in and, help whatever the event is. If it was a recruiting event, you have your leaders come in and they talk to the people that are at the event and try to get them interested in the business. And so they get to work together, they get to encourage each other, and I just stress to them that we're here to help each other. Something else that's kind of fun is to do group challenges. Incentives are great and they help motivate people, but what about a team incentive where you give them a team goal and then they work together to hit that team goal? I do this generally about once every other year in the holiday season. And in my webinar, End Your Year with a Bang, I talked a little bit more about this. And it's just an awesome way to get your team to work together. And so then if they reach that team goal, then you give them some type of reward, a party, or you could give them, the people that aren't local, individual prizes that you can mail to them. But this is just something to help motivate them to work together. Something else that I did when several years ago is I teamed up with another leader and we did a competition against each other, and that was a lot of fun. I said before that I have a very interesting history with direct sales and network marketing, and I was over a very large group of people, and so I challenged another leader, another person in charge, and our two groups came together to have a large recruiting competition, and it was a blast. It was talking to people, it was gaining leads, it was trying to sign people up, and we reported in every hour, and I gave away prizes, and it was just great. And it was that motivation that we have to beat the other team, and that created that connection, that they want to work together, that they want to bring in the numbers together to be able to beat the other team. So that's something that's kind of fun to do, and you can do that with anything. You could do that in sales, you could do that in recruiting. There's just lots of ways that you can do that. So it's creating that team atmosphere. It's getting them to work together. It's encouraging them to connect with each other. Any activities that you can come up with where they have to work with another team member is awesome. It's going to help with that connection. And another thing is, I talked about a team name and how important that truly is. That team name is everywhere. It is on my Facebook group. It is on my fan page. It is on every newsletter that I send out. And I address them not as, hey, Susie, I'm so excited, to bring you this newsletter. It's, hey, team. I'm so excited it's the holiday season and you have an opportunity to make a lot of money. I address them as a team, as a group, because it's so important that they work together and that they can depend on each other. I've moved 16 hours away from a majority of my team, and I miss them greatly, but it's awesome when I hear that they are working together to do things and how they're staying connected, and that is something that I value more than anything is my team members and how they really work together and help each other. So I hope that I have helped you in creating that team rather than just a group of sellers, because I've met so many leaders that they sign a whole bunch of people up. They never try to connect those people, and then they wonder why they don't stay around long. You can go and sign up 10 people this month, but next month 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 drop out because they have no connection to anyone but you. And if you're signing up 10 people a month, you don't have a lot of time to have one-on-one time with them. You don't have a lot of time to be able to encourage each person individually. So this is where your team is a huge asset. You're out there and you're bringing people into your company and you're adding them to your team, and that's fantastic. But let your team help support the new team members. Help the team, encourage the team to support each other, even no matter how long they've been with you. And by creating that team atmosphere, they're going to stay longer. When they have a relationship with someone, they're going to stay longer. I have team members I've had on my team for so many years that they are my personal friends, not just team members. And that is what keeps them. So again, today we've talked a lot about creating a team atmosphere rather than a group of sellers. And I really hope that you will take the time to work on that and really try to create that team atmosphere. And you can there's so many benefits to your team to be able to do that, and to your business, to your bottom line, to your profits. And so I hope this was helpful. I did talk a little bit yesterday, and so if you missed that Periscope, you can go to steelsuccess.net/successtalk, and there is all of my past Periscopes. And also there is an agenda of what I'm going to talk about each day, so you can kind of know what's coming up. And at the very bottom of the page, there is a place for recommendations on topics that you would like to discuss on Periscope. So I really hope that you will go to the page and give me a list of things that you really want to hear about, because I am here to service you. As a coach, I help leaders make their businesses more successful, and I help leaders to grow way beyond not just business, but as a person. And so I really want to have Periscopes that will benefit you. And so the thought of the day is, what kind of team atmosphere have you created so far? And what can you start doing to build on that relationship or on that team atmosphere? So I really hope that you will join me. I am here Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm here to help direct sellers, network marketers, multi-level marketers with their business. And again, I'm Jennifer Steele, and I am a certified direct sales coach. I coach individually, and I also do group coaching, and I would really love to hear from you. My website is steelsuccess.net, and you can contact me on there, or you can send me a message through Twitter, because my Twitter account is the same as my Periscope. The username is Steel Success. And you can also find me on Facebook at facebook.com/SteelSuccess. So I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I wish you much success.